Good morning, students. Now, today we'll do the mechanism of muscle contraction. Clear? How the muscles will contract. Muscles will not always contract. And I will explain the contraction of muscles by one of the theory, which is very important and is in your syllabus. That is sliding. You can say sliding mechanism, or you can say sliding theory. Clear? Now, what is this sliding theory? Clear? Sliding filament theory is also it is called. Now, in this case, the thick and thin filament, which we have already done, they are sliding over each other, right? So, how they are sliding? Let's see. Now, basically, muscle contraction is initiated by a signals, right, sent by the central nervous system. Means whenever muscles want to contract, that message we will get from the central nervous system by the motor neurons, right? Now, how the motor neurons help? Motor neurons, along with the muscles, right, are connected to its constituent, a motor unit. The junction between the motor neuron and the sarcolemma of the muscle fiber is called neuromuscular junction, or the motor and plate. Means these two things are connected by that plate. A neural signals reaching this junction. Now, when that message reaches that junction, it releases a neurotransmitter. Clear? The one message you can say in the form of neurotransmitter is related, which is called acetylcholine, which generates an action potential in the sarcolemma. Right? You know what is sarcolemma? That is cytoplasm inside that, or cytoplasm. It is the membrane, plasma membrane outside that cell. Clear? So that action potential is started in that. Now this spreads through the muscle fiber, right, and cause the release of calcium ions into the sarcoplasm, which is cytoplasm of that cell. Now it increases, or you can say the increase of calcium level leads to the binding of calcium with the subunit of troponin. Clear? Now this troponin is having 3 units. Out of that 3, one is trying to bind, or one will bind with the calcium. Clear? Now, then this actin filament and thereby remove the masking of actin sites for myosin. Now, when this calcium ion is deposited, then they will just get site and release that, or make the site free of myosin. Clear? Now, then that will utilize the energy from ATP hydrolysis, and myosin heads now bind to an exposed active site on active to form the cross bridge. You can see that in this diagram. Clear? Now you can see the thick and thin filament. You can see that ATP, that the head ATP is there and ATPase is there. Clear? Which helps to release ATP energy. When energy is released, then that myosin filament that binds to the actin filament. Clear? And then afterwards, when they are binding, then you can see that the cross bridge is formed. Clear? Then this cross bridge, you can find that it will try to shift the thick filament on the side. Clear? Now, after that, when energy is released, again they will come back. Clear? So this process goes on repeating. Now, always remember this contractile proteins, or you can say these proteins will never be contracted. They are just overlapping each other by the use of energy. So this way, the size of the muscle cell shortens, but they will not contract. So this way, you can say the muscle contraction mechanism will occur, and we call this sliding filament theory. This is very important, and it comes as a 3 marks or 5 mark question in the paper. Okay, so you will revise it from your book. Thanks and have a nice day, beta.